Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ryan. All right, so let's have a good conversation here. And so this is an interesting topic I saw, and I definitely get this question a lot. So I am going to throw out there and kind of walk through an example situation here. I'm actually going to audit somebody else's business and just kind of show you what I find. So the idea here is, if you have a construction business with a decent website, what steps do you take to gain more clients? Right. So there's obviously two major areas, right? There is the online element. That would be a big part of it. That's going to be where a lot of people go. And then there's offline. Okay. So those are going to be the two major areas that we're going to focus on kind of in this particular video, and really walk through each of them very, very purposefully, because I work with a lot of construction businesses, a lot of contractors, everything from kitchens and baths to roofing to painting to flooring, concrete, you name it. I've been doing this a long time and I've seen a lot of things. So, I mean, let's kind of jump in. So, what I want to do, instead of giving you a lot of hypotheticals, is I want to go through a real actual situation with a client or a person that's not my client, right? I'm just going to pick somebody. So I live in Wisconsin, and we're going to pick Madison, Wisconsin. It's a pretty popular area, and we're going to go through a little example here, and I'm going to grab my coffee quick while we talk for a second. Okay, let's do this. Let's do bathroom remodel in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. All right. So I'm picking somebody now. What I'm looking for is somebody with a decent website, but they're probably not getting as many leads as they want. So I'm going to be honest with you. I think the best idea would be to see if I can fly down to like page 2 or 3 and see if I can find a good business that, maybe is their homepage or something like that, where that looks pretty good actually. And it's a homepage. Nice. Let's give this a whirl. All right. Bella Domicile. Domicile. I am so sorry. I probably butchered that. I don't know who you are. So again, this is everything I'm doing is just for informational purposes. I have no connection to this company. I am not bad mouthing this company, nor am I saying they're good or bad or anything. This is just for information. I'm giving you my advice. Take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. So that's kind of the asterisk about this whole thing. I don't know these people. So, all right. Quick look. I mean, so far decent. I would say decent looking. Looks like Dan is the president. Very cool. He's got an affiliation here with Nari, which is good. Ooh, oh wow, testimonials from a hap. Oh, is this a real thing? Real quick, domicile. I'm so domicile. Bella domicile. Thank you. Sorry for incorrect. All right, real quick. I love the video. This is spectacular. Um, it feels a little bit produced in terms of, but maybe these are a little bit more or less produced. Both, you can go either direction with it, right? Typically, more, I think a mix is good, but ultimately, this is very impressive. All the sliders back and forth. This is the one we just saw, so that's really nice. PDF: 7 mistakes to avoid your kitchen renovation project. A free ebook. Okay, real quick, free ebook, guys. If it were me, it would just be name, email. You want to get more people to opt in for this, give name and email only. You know, you'll get more people, and then I'm assuming this takes them through an automated sequence, an automated situation where they're going to get this obviously PDF and then a bunch of additional emails and things like that. You'll get a higher conversion rate on a first name email only, especially if it's all automated, right? At that point, when the whole thing's automated, all you want is just more people in there. Run it and put first name, email. That's it. If the phone number is needed because you guys want to do texting, just understand that'll decrease conversion rate, which is totally fine. It's up to you and what you want. Okay. Blogs, professional designer. Great. So okay. Let's just check how they're doing. So we saw them on page 2 for bathrooms. Let's put them into Ahrefs. This is just a tool to help me understand. If you've never seen this before, don't worry. I'm not going to do an entire thing on this. What I'm checking for is traffic. Roughly how much traffic are we seeing? Not a lot of organic traffic. Now, again, we're only focusing on the online part of it with this person, domicile. So sorry again, Bella, domicile. I had to recheck it. We're only focusing on online. They may have an awesome offline presence that I don't know about yet. We're going to talk about and think about that in a minute. So I am not making any judgments on anything like that. What I'm saying, though, is the online stuff, keywords are kind of low, not really growing either. It looks like they've actually had a pretty big decrease in the last couple of years. Branded stuff has picked up nicely, which is good. So their brand's getting strong. So I'm imagining they have actually some pretty good offline stuff going on because the brand seems like it's doing well. Let's check how they're actually doing for traffic. All right, so we're going to compare the last 6 months just to kind of look at trends. Kitchen remodeling, these seem like pretty big ones. Kitchen remodeling, kitchen designer, all these here. You're, again, flirting on page 1, page 2. The difference between where they're currently at and where they could be in the top of the search results is massive in terms of lead generation, right? This the whole point of the video is how to get more clients, aka also more leads. Well, if you show up at the top in Google, especially when you're flirting with it, then there is a ton that can be done. Okay, so that was kitchen stuff. A lot of stuff flirting, as you see here, kind of page 2, page 3. Here's the bathrooms, right? We're definitely on page 2, sometimes page 3 for bathroom stuff. So, yeah, there's no question that these guys for the online Google side of it could be doing better, right? So, number one, let me just do this better. They could advertise. Okay? So, advertising on Google and advertising on social. Now, for most of you, I'm assuming in construction, you're looking for homeowners. Okay. Now, maybe you're looking commercial, that's fine. I'm going retail, residential, and you are looking for homeowners to find you. So, advertising is the quickest way to shortcut all that and generate leads. If you've never done advertising before, I would stick with IG and Facebook, Instagram, obviously, more focused on their element in terms of photos, right? Like if these are real photos, which I know those sliders were real photos, these are awesome. These are amazing before and afters, right? Which they've done a fantastic job. These, I'm hoping they're advertising on social and are doing this because this is an amazing before and after stuff that looks very, very easy to understand. A lot of people get the before and after photos terribly wrong in construction and they don't have good before and afters. And it's harder to do that. Social media is all about visible proof via photos and videos, and these are it, right? So that would be a great way if they're not getting clients. If you've never done it before, focus on here. It's easier, typically faster, typically leads are cheaper. The downfall with these leads on Facebook and Instagram is no doubt that the quality is a pretty mixed bag, right? They're going to be a sprinkle of really great leads in there, a good chunk of meh to okay leads, and a good chunk of awful leads. Sorry, but they just are. Even with great targeting, great everything, there's a lot of junk that comes with social media advertising that just is part of the game, and you got to filter those out. All right. Advertising. Okay. You can also do, as you saw over here, Google LSA. This is a good one. I'm going to go specifically. Google Local Service Ads, also called Google Guaranteed. Excellent. Pay per lead. This Google Pay per lead, Google LSA, right? Amazing source of leads, but it's also very roller coastery. This really depends on a lot of factors, especially when it comes to your competition is going to be the biggest driver within this. If you're in an area with massive competition, this will be a feast and famine situation. Sometimes Google's going to love you, and sometimes Google's going to hate you. What you got to do to try and increase the amount of time that Google loves you is inside of the Google Guaranteed, there is an entire platform within there. If you've never been in there, go in there, Google, sign up for Google Guaranteed, get yourself verified. All right, this is a pay per lead model, so you don't pay unless a lead comes in, which is great. But within there, Google LSA is a back-end platform where you can enter in information on the customers you get, the clients, the prospects, their name, email, phone, data, information. Did you get the lead? Did you get the booked appointment? Did you get the sale? Use that system and give Google the data that it wants. Listen, Google is a data company. It's a data company. So the best way to increase your chances of getting more out from Google is to give Google what Google wants. Google wants more data. So a lot of people come in here and just think this is a turn it on, set it, forget it situation within the LSA platform. It's not. You need to leverage and use this platform and input data, especially if you get phone calls, right? If you get phone calls, you have to put the data in manually. If you do that, Google will love you more and you'll have a higher chance of getting more leads from this system. It's not perfect, but it's the best way you can do it. So LSA, big time thing. Get more reviews. Okay. All right. Now let's focus on like the nitty gritty stuff. You know what's missing from this entire website? The word, let me see if I can find it. Madison, Wisconsin. Now, I know a lot of people are going to type in terms like bathroom modeling near me, bathroom modeling company, bathroom model service near me, and they probably show up a little better for those kinds of things, but I doubt a whole lot more because listen, Google is looking for the specific information to verify where this company is relevant. And what people misunderstand about Google is they think that Google will look at the entire website and judge everything based on the website. It does not. It kind of helps, but it mostly looks at each individual page and says, where is this page more relevant, right? So in Madison, Wisconsin, Google's looking for, hey, do you tell me that you service Madison? They say they service it 6 times. The problem is this is technically in a blog. That doesn't really count the same way as being in the content of something like this. Here we go. 1, 2 times. Love it. That's good in the content. It's not in any of the headers. I'm not saying it's got to be at the top, right? I'm not saying it has to be anywhere in the top, but you should have it at least in a header somewhere. Even their page title. Page title is house renovations. It does have Madison. Great. It has Madison, but they have house renovations, remodeling, home improvement. I would put the words kitchen and bathroom in there. No offense, in your page title. Why not? There's nothing stopping you from adding more to this page title and making it long. House renovations, remodeling, bathrooms and kitchens, and put that in there because it does look like they do. What do they do? I'm assuming kitchens, baths, closets. Yeah. Listen, I'm sure they do a ton of stuff, but kitchens and baths probably are a big driver. If they're not, then don't do that. But I think it would be, especially if you're a contractor and you're doing kitchens and bath, make sure it's in the page title, right? So here, let's go through website. Essentials. Okay. 1, make sure your main service is in the page title for each necessary page. Okay. Make sure your service city is also in the page title. Again, for every single page. All right. Those are kind of 2 major things that a lot of people get wrong. Page title and city and service. Okay. Content looks like it's pretty decent. The videos are awesome. I mean, this is fantastic. Like the look and feel is really good. What I don't notice that I see anywhere, let's see how many total pages are on this puppy. 123. Awesome. So they got some good quality depth on here. A lot of people make the mistake and they think they're going to build a 5-page website and then they're good. They're done. That is never going to work. Depth in your website is important. More pages about important information. Okay. Not just garbage, put real stuff out there. So they clearly have 123 pages. Let's take a look at some of them and see what they look like. They got a showroom. They got all their services. That's great. Okay. Spaces. Yeah, good stuff, man. Oh, a lot of tags. Okay. It doesn't look like you know what they're missing. They don't have a good service area section. They have a good, decent blog. Okay. Decent blog. The problem is when it comes to blogs, again, here's what everyone gets wrong about blogs. They also don't mention where should this blog be relevant. If you live in Nashville, Tennessee, right, and you find this blog page, Because is there anything even on here that mentions Madison? Not one single word on this entire page mentions Madison, Wisconsin. If you're in Nashville, Tennessee, or Dallas, Texas, or Miami, Florida, or LA, or wherever, and Google can find this blog, because nothing on this blog is telling Google not to show it to somebody in Los Angeles, Seattle, New York, Chicago, wherever, right? Miami. It's not telling Google. So Google's going to look at this and say, okay, if it's good content, assuming that's the case, and because it has no limitations on where it should be relevant, I can show it anywhere. How much value does that provide the business owner, Bella Domicile, if somebody in Nashville or Miami or wherever finds this blog? It doesn't help them at all, does it? Not really. So make sure that when you make content on blogs, talk about your service area and city to let Google know, hey, listen, this page is really more specifically talking about things in the greater Madison, Wisconsin area. Awesome. Okay. So that's a big thing. They also don't have any service area pages. Where else do you service? Listen, Madison, Wisconsin has a lot of sub cities. I know because I used to live there, right? There's Middleton, Maple Bluff, Burke, Sun Prairie. If you go down here, there's Cottage Grove. There's Verona. There's West Middleton. Okay. McFarland, Deerfield. There's a lot of other cities. Listen, Shorewood Hills. If I go and did bathroom remodeling, watch this. Here, this company specifically is Madison, Wisconsin. So let's do Cottage Grove. Okay, Cottage Grove. Watch how different the results look. Look at this. This person has built a page. They're ranking in the top of Google. They've built a page specifically for, no, don't thank you. Go away. They've built this page. This is called a service area page. They've built a specific page for a specific city with a specific service. Build service area pages. One city plus one service per page. Okay. That's going to be big stuff, man. You do that. Now, that's going to take some time because obviously, even if you're looking at the Madison area, there's probably, again, focusing kind of on this Bella Domicile, there's probably 15 cities around the Madison area, roughly, give or take, that you'd probably want to hit. Maybe more depending on how far the radius is, right? If they really go out to places like Stoughton. I don't know. Again, Jefferson, Fort Jackson. I don't know their radius. I've never talked to them before. I'm just saying 15, 20, maybe 25. Maybe you've got 30 cities that are part of your thing. And if you're like them, where their services are kitchens, baths, closets, basements, home office, maybe you have 5 different services. Well, now 5 times 20 is 100 pages, man. You should build 100 service area pages and get that thing cranking. Put a system in place. Go through it. Do it the right way, right? Because when you build all those pages and you show Google the value in terms of where you can service, all those individual little pages get a little bit of traffic. But a little bit of traffic spread over 100 pages for each of them getting a little bit of traffic means, yeah, a whole lot more leads, which means a whole lot more clients, right? If every one of those pages could just bring you one lead every other month, right? That's 6 total leads per page per year. That's it. That's 600 more leads. In Cottage Grove, don't you think it's possible with this city, which is not a tiny city, it's actually a good size. Don't you think it's possible that every other month they could bring one lead if you did it well? This person here, this Tundraland, don't you think it's possible this could bring one lead every other month, aka 6 leads in a year? You think it's possible for this one to do that? I think it's very possible. I think it's a very low expectation. 6 leads in a year. That's it. Well, imagine doing that 100 times. There you go, right? For every one of your service, now you have 600 more leads. That's on the low end, in my opinion, and what we've seen. So that's where the value of these building high quality service area pages really can come into play. And that's assuming you don't do really well with your homepage, which again, the homepage on here, as we've made some small changes and tweaks, probably by itself may bring in a ton more based on these situations, right? So this all looks pretty good in terms of what's going on the website side of it. There's a lot they can do on social in terms of advertising. We can kind of talk about that, but this is where I would focus, their Google business profile. Let's go take a look at that real quick. I forgot about that. Bella Domicile. Let's look up. Domicile. Perfect. This should be it. Oh gosh, get more reviews, you guys. Oh my goodness. Get more reviews on Google. Listen, this is so simple. Just go ask your clients to leave you reviews and don't stop asking until they do it. I know a lot of construction guys are like, well, I don't want to bug them. I'm telling you right now, the difference between them crushing it and them, let's go back to bathroom modeling in Madison real quick. Okay, Madison, let's take a look. All right, now they're located in Fitchburg, but still, let's see how they do here. Mad City, window, no. Okay, they're bottom. Literally the number 20 out of 20 on this page, right? They are number 20. Look at Sims was far. I think I saw them before. Didn't I see them earlier? Sims. I think I saw Sims, didn't I? Yes. Sims is farther away and ranking better. They are farther away than Madison, Wisconsin, and ranking better than Bella. Now, there's a lot that goes into that, but the first thing they're going to need to do is get more reviews. Absolutely. Oh, it doesn't even exist, but Sims. Okay. Absolutely go get more reviews. Listen, that's even funnier to me. This particular listing doesn't even exist and it's still beating you, Bella. Like, come on, guys. You need more reviews. This is not going to get the job done. You have 19? No. Okay, let's see how they do on photos. Good. Photos and videos, 360 photos. Excellent. They're doing great on photos and videos. This is good. This is real good, right? Really good. Okay. Keep that process up. Products, I mean, that's okay. They got a couple questions. No big deal. Kitchen and bathroom modeling. They could expand this a whole lot more if they wanted to. And they do post occasionally. No, once in a while. Remodel of the year. This literally looks to me like a Chat GPT thing, which is not going to work. And it always links to your contact page. Discover. Where else? YouTube video. They're trying. The problem is they're not building out enough service area pages. This is all you got, huh? Is a handful of them. Yeah, this system's not going to work. You need to be doing these updates probably 3 times a week. Okay? Updates on Google at least 3+ times per week. Okay? And ultimately link it to important pages, man. So this is huge. You start building this up. Listen, Google is I'm going to call it the farming method. Okay. This is your farming method. When you are looking for lead generation as a contractor, you're a construction company, right? This is the farming method. Website and Google business profile is your farm. Advertising is more hunter gatherer, right? Hunt, gather. Go in there, get leads, pay for the leads, move on. Website, dude, I'm going to build this up so it can generate leads for me over and over and over and over again. Imagine if this Bella company was ranking in the top 3 here for bathroom remodeling. You think they'd be struggling with lead generation? Now, I'm not saying all the leads are going to be perfect, right? For every construction company, you know how this is. When you rank in the top of Google and you do well, you're going to get a wide variety of leads. People that are perfect for you, people that are not perfect for you. But I say this to them. I say this to my clients. Wouldn't you rather that person go through you first than somebody else? Because at least now you have a shot to make sure that the right leads are going to you first. You become the filter and then get to decide. Is it more work? Yeah, but then you never miss a good lead, right? Isn't that better? Wouldn't you want to make sure you never miss a good lead and rather deal with it? That's how I look at this to make sure, like when you rank for things like bathroom modeling, Madison, Wisconsin, right? Great. Now you're actually able to get the kind of leads you want. All right. That was kind of a lot for the online side of it. Letting go into your socials really. Ultimately, listen, social takes a very strategic approach. Okay. Advertising on Google is even more complex in terms of pay-per-click, right? If you looked here is Google LSA. This is Google pay-per-click. Listen, if you've never done pay-per-click, don't go in there and start doing it by yourself. It's just not worth it. This is the much more complex and advanced advertising platform, Google pay-per-click. You will lose a lot of money while you're learning. So if you want to learn the system, feel free, go for it. But that wouldn't be where I would start. I would start with Google LSA. I would start with getting your map section up, doing everything we just mentioned in here, right? And building stuff you can control and going through the farming. Then if you need advertising, if you've never done it, I would start on social media, right? That's where I would go. And they probably do a lot of posting on here. That's great. They maybe even do some advertising on here. That's great. If they do, awesome. Hopefully it generates leads. Hopefully it puts them into a situation where they can talk to people. And that would be where I go. Now, let's move into offline a little bit. Okay. A lot of people skimp on home shows. Oops, shows. This is still a really good source for leads. If you're a construction business and you have a good website, make sure you've got good postcards, good business cards, good whatever. Get yourself out there and get on home shows. Get in front of people. Get in front. Make sure you have signage around jobs you complete. Make sure you talk to the homeowner. Say, hey, listen, I'll give you a special deal or whatever if you let me put a sign in your yard for at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Be very specific, minimum 2 weeks, right? And you have to make sure you let them know that's the situation. You kind of have to build the incentive around that because listen, yard signs also still work, especially with your nearby neighbors, because they're going to see, number one, your trucks at that house for probably a couple days, right? They're going to see the truck, they're going to see the logo, then they're going to see a yard sign. It's like total, they're probably seeing that sign for a month. They're seeing your business for a month, maybe two, depending on the sense of the project. Maybe if it's a really big kitchen and you're there for 6 months, that's awesome. It's free brand advertising for you. Get the yard signs. Okay. Listen, offline, I'm telling you also, mailers still work. Mailers still work. Absolutely they do. Okay. I have a painting client of mine. I built their website. He does zero digital marketing, has never once. He told me, I'm not investing in the online digital marketing stuff. I just want you to build a website, Ryan. Okay, sounds good. He's a painting guy, painting, interior, exterior painting contractor. Never once done digital marketing. And hilariously enough, he's about my age. It's beyond funny to me as I think about it. Zero online marketing. His website looks beautiful. And all he does is mailers. All he does. He goes and he puts out mailers with photos, says, we're running a special in your area because we just did something for your neighbor. And if you want a good painting job with high quality, call me. He gets a ton of leads from that, mailers. They still work great. And then here's his secret weapon, right? Ready for the secret weapon? This is probably the funniest thing. If you made it this far in the video, you deserve this secret. And it was awesome. Okay. When he completes a job, he will, let me get a quick drink because keep you on suspense for one more second. All right. When he finishes a job, here's what he does. He says, hey, listen, Mr. Homeowner, this has been a fantastic experience. Do you think it's been a fantastic experience? Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great experience. Wonderful. Hey, I'm starting to do some jobs around the neighborhood and people are starting to ask questions about me. Would you be comfortable if I gave them your name and number to give out as a phone call and just to tell them like how your experience has gone with me? Just be honest with them. And they always, he says probably 3 out of 10 people will say yes to that. No problem. Give him that to him. So he's been doing this a long time and he has gotten probably 30 names on a piece of paper, just piece of paper of people that are willing to talk about him and his business, right? And when he has that piece of paper, he has their name, the city they live in, and their cell phone number. So now when he walks to a job where he is quoting a project, he brings this folder with him, which by the way is a brightly colored folder, so it's easy to see. It's got their logo right on the front, his business card stapled in the inside, right? Very professional looking. And one of the last things he does after the quote, he hands him the money. He says, he says, here's the quote. I want you to think it over. Yada. Oh, and by the way, this is so clever. Here, he pulls out this sheet from the folder. He says, here's a list of people. If you want to call them and ask them how my service has been for them, please do. And this person's usually looking at this piece of paper while he's talking about it. They're seeing 30 something odd names from cities that are all nearby him because he works in like a 25-mile radius, like most people, right? He's seeing all these people and he's like, holy cow. And maybe, and my client, he's like, maybe once in a while they'll call one person. Maybe every once in a while they'll call one. Right now, it's more important just having that gigantic list. It creates so much social proof, right? It's unreal, unreal. So get testimonials or clients that are comfortable to receive a phone call. But I mean, that is such a brilliant strategy. his closing rate goes up every year because that list keeps getting bigger and more people keep seeing more and more and more names pop on that list in the cities that are right next to him all the time. It's brilliant, brilliant strategy. And I don't see a lot of contractors doing that, but man, should they. Man, oh man, should they. And that dude is growing like crazy. Zero online digital marketing, not one thing. He barely even posts on his social media. It's ridiculous how well it works. So, if you have a tight budget, listen, now it's a grind. I want to be very clear. The mailer part that I'm talking about is still a grind. He has to do that every single week. He's constantly iterating a new mailer section, a new hook, a new change, a new strategy. It costs a good chunk of money to do mailers, right? They're not free because he has to work through, I think it's UPS, USPS, sorry, Postal Service, right? So it costs money to get the list. It costs money to make the flyers. It costs money to do the whole thing. It is still a work process. I'm not saying it's free because obviously like it's not, but he has chosen this path, the mailers, and it still crushes. So, but he has leaned into it, and this is his strategy. He's not changing anytime soon. I just talked to him like 2 months ago. He's not changing anytime soon. He loves it, and that's his methodology. The website for him is only a validation because people land on it when they go to his website and they see, oh, this is a really high quality website, but he's done zero to grow it since I built it. I think it's got a whopping 10 pages on it max 10 pages. It doesn't rank for hardly anything. It's okay. That's not his strategy. That's not his process. So if this is something for you in construction, get moving on these kinds of things too. These are big, big, big. Other good place. Offline. Technically, it's not offline, but you could do Nextdoor, the Nextdoor app. I know it's still online, but it kind of counts as more because it's more of it's like yard signs, but online, I would say. The Nextdoor app is really good. The problem with Nextdoor that you got to be careful of, you can't post about you. All right. You got to get somebody else to post about you. So if you do bathrooms, see if you can find a client, see if you can find a family friend, somebody that has ideally a different last name. It'd be kind of weird if it was last name. If your name is John Smith and your sister is named Jane Smith, right? It's going to look a little odd that the same person kind of looks and sounds like that family friend. You got to make it look more original. So, but the Nextdoor app is a really good one. That's really pretty interesting in terms of that. Going to high quality locations, right? So places where people hang out. See if you can sponsor events. Sponsoring local events is still really good, especially if you can do something where you can be there at the event with a booth where you can talk to people, right? Listen, getting face to face is oftentimes the hardest part. You can pay to be in there at local events, right? If there's a local thing going on, if there's a local fun run, if there's a local brewery or something like that, where you can get in front of people and just tell them your story, show them photos of what you can and can't do, you'll get leads from that. Trust me, it works really well. A lot of clients that I do sponsor local events, really small ones too, and they do surprisingly well because yeah, maybe only 150 people are showing up to that event, but those 150 people are committed to it, right? They're there because they want to be there and they are open to talking to situations, and they obviously see your brand, they see your business, they get to talk to you usually, and it's a really, really good, high quality win-win situation. So, listen, that's what I tell clients all the time, right? You have a construction business, you got a decent website. What should you do? Okay. There is the paid approach. You can pay to move on. You can do more of a free approach on your website. This will take a little more time. And then there's both. You can do a little bit of each, right? Online, offline. Go through these, figure out what you can do, and then lean hard into it. The problem that a lot of contractors and construction guys do is they try and do 5 things at once when it comes to advertising and they're growing their business, and you can't keep up with all that. Find one that you like, find one that makes sense, and lean into it till you are the best in the industry in that particular channel. Then move to the next one, right? So you want to dominate your website, you want to dominate mailers, right? You want to dominate advertising on Google, right? Whatever it is, pick one, try a few of them, see what you like, then pick one you want and you lean into it fully, fully until you've mastered it and until you can pretty much automate it somehow, some way. That went a long ways in terms of what I originally began this video thinking, okay, great, I got a lot to talk about. And we kind of went through a ton more than I thought we would. Here, listen, I'm just gonna throw this out there. For clients that have worked with me, you know how I operate. I do have a link in the description if you want to check some stuff out. I don't really care either way. I help clients and contractors, especially construction guys, with this kind of stuff. If so, great. If not, cool, whatever. I'm here to help and I'm going to provide value no matter what. So, otherwise, we'll talk to you on the next video. Take care.